This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so Anthony Joshua comes in at a career heaviest 255.4 pounds. So just over a pound heavier than when he weighed in against Carlos Takam. 5 pounds heavier than when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. And just over 10 pounds heavier than when he fought Alexander Usyk in the rematch last time out. Jermaine Franklin, he came in at 23 pounds under when he fought Dillian Whyte. Now, this is heavyweight, so I wouldn't read too much into the weights. For heavyweights, and it's a known thing that a heavyweight should always enter the ring when they feel good, when they feel happy, when they feel fit. It's not about extra few pounds here, a few pounds there, and whatever else. It's not. Okay, but you can draw some things into some of their weights. For example, with Jermaine Franklin, with the fact that he's lost 23 pounds since he fought Dillian Whyte, which wasn't too long ago, that's a lot of weight to drop. That's a lot of weight. And you can see that when he stood on the scales, he has some loose skin because he's lost it too quick. Okay? But clearly he's going to come in there looking for speed. He was already fast hands. We've seen that with Dillian Whyte, and I think that surprised quite a lot of people. But with Anthony Joshua coming in heavier, you could lean towards, well, he's looking for the knockout. He's not looking to go deep rounds. He's looking to go for a spectacular knockout. That's what he's looking for. Now, I've seen some people mention how if Anthony Joshua doesn't go in there and spectacularly knock out Jermaine Franklin, then that's it, he's done, he should retire and whatever else. I mean, that's absolutely ludicrous. Because based on what? Has Jermaine Franklin ever been knocked out? No. Has he ever hit the canvas? Not to my knowledge. So why does Anthony Joshua have to do it? Because it's Anthony Joshua. Now, for me personally, I don't really care how Anthony Joshua wins, just as long as he wins, right? I don't care if it's an ugly performance. I don't care if it's a spectacular knockout. I don't care if it's a boring points win or a spectacular points win, dominant and whatever else. Don't care. As long as he wins. That's the most important thing. You have to remember, he's come off 2 back-to-back defeats. And people talk a lot about the psychology of Anthony Joshua, the mentality of him and whatever else. But people don't really talk about anybody else like that, which is kind of weird. Now, with Anthony Joshua being so much bigger than Jermaine Franklin, not just in weight, but in height, in reach, and everything, Joshua, if he's smart, could win this one quite comfortably just using the jab. The danger zone is when he gets up close. That's a danger zone. And we've seen Anthony Joshua in trouble on a couple of occasions. Well, not necessarily in trouble, but we've seen him get clipped and hit needlessly against smaller fighters. When Anthony Joshua's fighting fighters who are as tall as him, if not taller, then Joshua seems to perform better than when he does against short fighters like a Carlos Takam, like a Alexander Povetkin, like a Andy Ruiz Jr., for example, in the first fight. But he got it right in the rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. because he used all his advantages and he stayed focused. That's important. Now, with Jermaine Franklin, he's going to want to get Anthony Joshua on the inside and try and counterpunch him. That's what he's going to try and do. If Jermaine Franklin is going to be successful at that one, it's because Joshua's allowed it. Okay? But Joshua, he has to listen to his coach, he has to listen to his corner. And I say that begrudgingly because no fighter should ever have to listen to their corner entirely. You should always be able to adjust yourself and see things as the fights go along. Don't just rely on your corner. That's something that Tyson Fury is fantastic at. His corner will come out with things and say things and make suggestions where more often than not, it's probably just to reinforce what he's already thinking himself. Anthony Joshua needs to rely on his own instincts a lot. Having Derek James there is fantastic, but again, this is his first fight under Derek James, so I wouldn't expect massive changes. I wouldn't. But at the same time, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Joshua is just going to go in there beast mode and just go for him. And I think a lot of people would love to see that from AJ because people miss the old AJ. Just going in there and just gunning for the knockout, just marching forward, throwing heavy bombs, going for the knockout. Don't try to be the boxer. Anthony Joshua can box, yes, but people like it when he's smart with it, of course, but just go for the knockout. Don't hold back when the knockout's there. Listen, he may well have ghosts of past with Andy Ruiz Jr. and that. He may well do. And he should do, because that's going to make him more cautious. All fighters should be cautious. I mean, look at Tyson Fury. He's a very, very cautious fighter. He hates getting hit. A lot of fighters are like that, so there's nothing wrong with it. But I want to see Anthony Joshua go in there and absolutely blitz him, ideally. But the most important thing is he gets the win. And I think he will. I think Anthony Joshua will get the win. How it comes, potentially the first couple of rounds. I'm going to suggest that maybe Anthony Joshua stops him in round 4 or 5. That's what I think is going to happen. But you never know. Heavyweight boxing, bigger upsets have happened. As I said, you can never write off Jermaine Franklin. Would Jermaine Franklin beat Joshua on points? You never know. You never know. But that's the beauty of the heavyweight division. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. But you do have to favour Anthony Joshua in this fight, for sure. And even though Franklin's never really been in on the canvas and bounced around and knocked out and that himself before, I've got a feeling Anthony Joshua is out there to make a statement. I really do. So that's my thoughts on it. You drop me yours. Click on the subscribe. Catch you next video.